This is Ambassador Rayburn.
Hi, stud muffins. Can you talk? Or is the wife around?
Wrong number.
Well, pick it up, stud muffins.
What's up, Vault Dwellers? Dan here. You know, you maniacs, you did it again. After I dropped the forgotten 80s comedies flick, the comments, they just exploded with, "How could you forget this one, Dan?" And, "Dan, you call yourself a movie guy? You forgot this." So here we are, part 2 of forgotten 80s comedies. And every single film on this list, it came directly from you. Again, the viewers. And let me tell you, you people have an exquisite taste in garbage. We've got Denzel Washington's film debut. We've got a movie about Hamburger University. We even got Mr. T in a taxi. Oh yeah, we've got Mad Magazine's only theatrical release, and it was so bad, they literally removed their name from the film. The 80s, they were a lawless wasteland for comedy. Studios greenlit anything, and I mean anything. And thank God they did, because these films, they're the reason I turned out the way I did. Let's dig into this VHS bin.
Who's Leisman?
Who cares?
My name's Oliver Holt. I'm from Michigan.
It's not my fault.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't throw it.
Mad Magazine put their name on exactly one movie, but then immediately demanded it be removed. Even Ron Liebman had his credits taken off. When both your brand and your actor wants nothing to do with your film, you know you've achieved something special. Robert Downey Sr., you know, Iron Man's dad, he directed this military academy comedy that wanted to be Animal House in uniforms, but it ended up being something else entirely. Barbara Bach shows up, and she's a weapons instructor with loose-fitting clothing that causes teenage boys to just lose their minds.
The touch, but highly explosive when shoved into the chamber and fired.
Tom Poston plays a character that would absolutely not fly today. There's a musical number so aggressively bad that the film cuts the stock footage of disasters to hammer the joke home. Oh, and there's an Arab student who bows to motor oil cans. The humor operates on a frequency I'm not sure humans were meant to receive.
You said you'd rip my balls off, Seth. Say it again! You said you'd rip my balls off, Seth. Say it again! You said you'd rip my balls off, Seth.
It's crude, it's offensive, and it's borderline incoherent. And somehow, it was also visionary. It's about 20 years ahead of the gross-out comedies that would later dominate the late 90s. The problem is, being ahead of your time, it doesn't mean you're any good. Still, I mean, if you want to see what happens when Mad Magazine says, "Sure, why not," to Hollywood, this is your film.
Say goodbye to your stepmother.
Where'd you stash the grass?
It's in your diaphragm case.
We wouldn't want to see you miss your plane, son.
Cut.
So a bunch of guys who can't get laid decide to pretend they're adult movie directors so women will get naked in front of them. And that's the plot. That's the whole plot.
How about we say we're making a video about a sensuous waitress at a Greek restaurant? We'll call it All Deliveries in Rear.
This is essentially Asylum before Asylum existed. The exact template they'd used for decades of direct-to-video sleaze. And here's where it gets interesting. One of the women who they audition turns out to be a mob boss's daughter. Now, they actually have to make the film or get murdered.
What are they gonna do? Kill all of us?
Jesus, are they taking out guns?
Guns? Is that a priest?
Daddy!
A priest? Tim?
The Siskel and Ebert parody, where two guys review adult toys as sneak perverts is either the worst thing ever filmed or just comedy genius, depending really on how many beers you've had. Monique Gabrielle shows up 3 times and does exactly what Monique does in every movie she's in. God bless her. This thing was destined for the dusty back shelves of video stores from the moment it was conceived, and that's exactly where it belongs. But if you're in the mood for a movie where the entire premise is, what if we tricked women into undressing? Well, the 1980s, they had you covered.
Lo volevo più croccante. Grazie.
Hands up!
Chuck Vincent made a woman in prison comedy. Let's let that sink in for a moment.
Welcome to Death's Door.
The guy who spent his career in adult films decided to make a mainstream-ish comedy about lady convicts.
Oh, yes, it's just awful.
And he filled the cast with adult film actresses because, of course he did. The plot, and we will use that word generously here, involves a governor who gets shot in the crotch, and an innocent woman gets framed for it.
Are you Melody Campbell? You're under arrest, Melody Campbell.
For playing horsey?
No, for the attempted murder of Governor Caldwell.
Veronica Hart, she plays a prison matron. There's a subplot about a penis transplant where the donor turns out to be gay.
Yes, gay.
No way could I ever possibly be gay.
How are we today, Governor Caldwell? Why don't you call me JC, handsome?
So the governor, he can only perform when his wife wears a sailor suit. There are musical numbers in this. Yeah, there's musical numbers. And the whole thing ends with a twist that parodies incomprehensible movie twists.
You're my father! You see, Melody, I'm your mother.
Which is either brilliant meta commentary or just complete accident. And I'm probably going to say it's an accident. This is the kind of movie that got thrown out by video stores because, nobody had rented it in 5 years. And some beautiful weirdo went and rescued it from the dumpster and just fell in love. That's how these films survive.
Which end do you use? Both. Disgusting.
Harlan, it's pointing the wrong way. What's so interesting over at the Purdue place? Oh! Something's happening over there, and I don't think Carl Purdue knows anything about it. I'm calling the police.
Oh. Crown International strikes again with a beach party movie that feels like it escaped from 1977. So this thing, it has a Cheech and Chong attitude towards drugs that the Reagan era was actively trying to murder. You have 2 wild girls who turn their friend's Uncle Beach House into Party Central.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
It's a salami.
But luckily, marijuana smugglers, they drop their cargo offshore, and the weed just happens to wash up on the beach. Nobody learns any lessons in this movie. Nobody faces any consequences. It's just beautiful. Deborah Blee, she's the good girl lead who somehow never loses her virginity, never gets naked, and never even puts on a bikini, which is pretty impressive for a Crown International beach movie.
You think I'm a prude too, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't. You're just fine. If I had your face and figure, honey, I'd never be wearing clothes.
But Playboy playmate Jenna Tomasino, she handles the nudity quota for everyone else. There's a fight between a horny gardener and an incoherent Japanese chauffeur that is exactly as uncomfortable as it sounds. The uncle, he eventually shows up to shut down the party, and both girls just seduce him instead. problem solved.
There's nothing like cold water when you're really hot.
No.
This is the movie you watched at 4 a.m. when nothing else was on and you were just too lazy to change the channel. It's got zero substance, and it's exactly what the drive-in ordered.
Why do you think we call pussy pussy?
Well, I don't know, sir.
'Cause it's furry? 'Cause it scratch when it gets angry? No, 'cause that old hound dog wanna eat it up. You've got to be the hound dog. You've got to let that pussy know you the hound dog.
All right, this one, it's kind of polarizing as hell. Half the people who've seen it call it a twisted masterpiece.
Brilliant, bravo!
The other half, it's just unwatchable garbage. Me, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, leaning towards, fascinating mess. All right, Pondo Sinatra. Yeah, that's the guy's name. He's a 22-year-old college freshman whose only goal is to lose his virginity.
Please.
No.
I'm a virgin.
Get used to it.
Please, I gotta know what it's like. I'm going blind.
Standard setup, right? But then it just goes full Faust. He literally says he'd sell his soul for sex. And then a mysterious, beautiful woman appears throughout the film like a Mephistopheles in a miniskirt. And the guy, he just tries everything. He crashes a punk party, high on like every drug simultaneously. He even shows up to a black house party in full pimp regalia, but ends up with a hairpick embedded in his forehead. The film is structured like a documentary, I guess, with people being interviewed about Pondo after he becomes famous. But we don't know why he's famous until the very end.
He was what you call in America a nerd.
And the ending, it doesn't give you the typical nerd gets the girl resolution, I'll tell you that. It gives Pondo exactly what he deserves. The soundtrack, by the way, is so incredible. It's the Buzzcocks, R.E.M, Flesh Tones. The music is way better in this film than has any right to be. It's deeply weird and definitely not for everyone. You're gonna love it.
Secret Service, huh?
Oh, yes. Yeah, look. Bruce Thorpe, United States Secret Service. Okay.
And I, suppose that's your gun, huh?
Oh, no, I wear a shoulder holster.
If you're looking for a movie that pretty much offends everyone, let's talk about Under the Rainbow.
I could have held the elevator, sir.
It's Chevy Chase and Carrie Fisher in a slapstick comedy about Munchkin actors, Nazi spies, and a hotel in chaos during the filming of The Wizard of Oz. This was filmed at the actual Culver Hotel, where the real Munchkins performers stayed back in 1939. And you would think this would be a slam dunk movie. This was not a slam dunk. Fisher, she called it one of the worst movies she ever made.
I can't understand that. I just can't understand it.
I can understand that.
And Chase, he called it one of the worst movies just ever made, period. And yet, it has many defenders.
Not bad.
The premise is a German spy who's a little person. He's trying to meet his Japanese contact, but he just keeps running into Japanese tourists.
Did you say the pearl is in the river?
I think pearl in river.
Now the Japanese spy, he keeps approaching little people thinking they're the German. Billy Barty, our favorite, he plays the Nazi. Eve Arden is in here for, I guess, some reason. It's just absolute chaos with assassination attempts, mistaken identities, slapstick gags just piling on top of each other.
The cable!
The problem is that it just never really quite lands. The jokes, they kind of feel like they were written for maybe a better movie, and the physical comedy, I mean, it's competent, but not really inspired. And then, it cops out by making the whole thing a dream. Still, it's got real munchkins from the original Oz in cameos, including Jerry Marin, who was the last surviving cast member who unfortunately died back in 2018. It's a historical curiosity, if nothing else.
Hey, where are you from, pal? Get back to Schweinfurt. Oh, you must be from Dusseldorf.
Mother's got no panties. She's great. Oh, Mrs. Funk.
You okay, Mrs. Funk?
I need you to understand that Hamburger University is played completely straight.
We reserve the right to refuse service to assholes like you.
Everyone in this movie acts like attending a college. For fast food franchise operators, it's the most important thing in the world. So we've got Dick Butkus, the football legend, who plays the enforcer, who goes around beating up students who screw up.
There's your lunch, bro, cope. So eat it.
Thank you, sir.
There's also a nun who attends burger school, and a student who gets stuck inside a giant pickle. And you can't forget the old woman who dies of a heart attack in a drive-thru after being insulted.
Look, Toots, take that Falcon you're driving, chain it up, and shove it where the sun don't shine. Thanks for coming to Buster Burger. You may be eligible for a prize.
Oh, and of course, there's a group of misfits who call a 5-year-old a word I cannot repeat on this channel. Lee McCloskey, who was also in Argento's Inferno, because, the 80s were wild, plays a trust fund kid who keeps getting expelled for hooking up with people, so he picks the one school he knows he can graduate from. And the farting sequence in this movie is legendary, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Aroma.
It will ruin all other farting sequences for you forever. This is a movie, maybe you caught it at 3 a.m., and it might have rewired your brain. Beef plus buns equals bucks. That's an actual tagline from this. This is peak cinema.
Mezzanine, that your real name or what?
Conchita Margarita Consuelo María Eugenia López Mezanin. It's real, mi general.
Says here you're from Guacamole. You look like you're from Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Whatever.
Hey, how you doing?
Am I in West Berlin now?
Sure are.
Fuck you!
Good night.
I've been wanting to do that for the last 6 months.
About a year after Revenge of the Nerds, Jeff Canoe, he reunited with that film's energy and made a spy, comedy, romance, thriller, hybrid thing that I think actually works.
Gotcha.
Anthony Edwards, he plays a college kid who's a campus legend at paintball assassination games, but he can't talk to women.
Would you like to go out with me?
No.
So he goes to Europe and then meets the impossibly sexy Linda Fiorentino and loses his virginity.
I like virgins.
I gotta be honest with you, I am a virgin.
And then accidentally, he ends up carrying classified intelligence while being chased by Soviet agents through Cold War Berlin. And, here's what elevates this above standard 80s movies. The tonal shifts, they're actually handled really well. It starts as a goofy teen comedy, right? Then transitions into a genuine romance, and then becomes a legitimate thriller with real stakes involved. Edwards disguising himself as a punk rocker to evade KGB agents, it was hilarious. and his parents refusing to believe his "I'm being chased by Russian spies" story and assuming he's on drugs. Totally perfect.
Dad, are you kidding? I can't just take this down to photomat. I mean, it's got spy shit on it.
Spy shit? Okay, he's on drugs.
I am not on drugs.
It's going to be all right. We have counseling programs for this, and whatever it costs, we don't care.
Linda, by the way, is magnetic in this. She's mysterious and sexy in a way that totally makes you understand why this dumb kid would follow her into East Berlin. This one deserves like a bigger audience. It's smart enough to work on multiple levels, but never forgets it's supposed to be a fun movie.
Hello, Rosario. It's Jonathan.
Jonathan, no home.
No, this is Jonathan.
Jonathan, no home. He's in Germany.
Rosario, it's me, Jonathan.
Ah, Jonathan. You sound so far away.
That's because I'm in Germany.
Sorry, ma'am. Wrong house.
Joel Schumacher, you know, Batman and Robin Schumacher, he directed an ensemble comedy about the worst cab company, and you know what? It's one of his best films ever. The marketing put Mr. T, front and center, but this is actually an Adam Baldwin movie.
You know what your problem is, Bravo? You're so short, your brain is just too close to your asshole.
He's the glue holding together a cast that includes a young Gary Busey, Bill Maher, before he went gray, Marsha Warfield, Paul Rodriguez, and Irene Cara. It's Car Wash meets Animal House, and the cabbies, they are just lovable losers, and the company is just falling apart.
I like you, all right? And I tried to stick it out here, but you ain't got no company.
No, that's
you
what
have
I mean.
an asylum, all right?
There's also this kidnapping subplot that kicks in somewhere around the third act. Marsha Warfield threatening to beat your ass to fried whale shit. It's an all-timer line delivery.
Denise, if you don't open this door, I'm gonna whoop you to fried whale shit.
And Charlie Barnett screaming about Bruce Lee, jumping on a barn. It's so unhinged in the best way possible.
Right! It is Bruce Lee! It is Bruce Lee! Albert was right! I found that karate motherfucker!
Mr. T, he does deliver this sincere, make something of yourself speech in front of the Lincoln Memorial. That's both ridiculous and I'm gonna say weirdly moving.
For helping me find the things I never had before, like pride and dignity. So I'm going out there after them, because the least I can find is my self-respect.
Is this movie crude? Yeah, you better believe it's crude. Is it sexist? Most of the time, yes. But it's also got an undeniable energy to it. Because, you know what? This is pure 1983, a time capsule of a specific moment in American comedy that probably couldn't exist today. And it's way better than Batman and Robin.
Deck this son of a bitch, bro! Deck up! Deck up!
What the hell's the matter with you? Why are women so uptight? They got half the money and all the pussy.
Roger is my son,
That can't be. He's,
and so was his mother.
your natural son?
Yes.
Oh, my God. And to think I was going to let him live here.
Introducing Denzel Washington. Those opening credits are the reason to watch this film. So before Training Day, before Malcolm X, and before he became one of the greatest actors of his generation, Denzel, he made his theatrical debut as an illegitimate black son of wealthy white Beverly Hills executive. And he absolutely steals like every scene.
It's just too much of a shock for me to accept you as her son. Well, if that's too much of a shock for you, you're liable to go into a coma when you get behind this. Hi, Daddy.
All right, I know, the premise of this movie is uncomfortable, but that's by design. Siegel's uptight wife, racist father-in-law, and an entire social circle, they just lose their minds when his past catches up with him. The satire works like in an Archie Bunker type of way.
Stop following me. Isn't the son supposed to follow in his dad's footsteps?
We learn prejudice is wrong by watching it played for uncomfortable laughs. There are real moments between father and son buried under this broad comedy. The prison scene gives Denzel his first dramatic showcase, and you can see that future Oscar winner emerging from it.
I just came out here because every kid wants to see what his dad is like.
I didn't want you to like me because I was your son. I wanted you to respect me because I was Mom's son.
Is it better than Soul Man? Yeah, absolutely. Is it a perfect film? No, it's not even close. The supporting characters, they're cartoonishly awful.
Doesn't tell her that God is white.
But we're really not sure. I mean, the Hindus don't believe it, the Muslims, the Buddhists.
God is white. It's simple logic. His son is white.
That's not proof. I'm white, my son is black.
The late movie drama feels, forced, and yet it doesn't quite know what it wants to be. But watching baby Denzel flash that smile and steal scenes from a veteran like Seagal, that's worth the rental. History in the making, even if nobody knew it at the time.
How could you give someone a lift, Roger?
And the car was driving.
You have a car and you didn't tell me? You let me blow all my money on cabs and buses?
Well, I didn't have a chance, Mr. Charlie. I mean, everything happened so fast.
Okay, forget it. Where is it?
It's over there.
Hey, you guys have excellent, terrible taste. These films represent everything wild and unhinged about comedy in that decade. Before focus groups, before algorithms, and before studios learned to play it safe. Were these movies all good? God, no, they were not. Some of them are just barely watchable, but they're all interesting because they took swings. They all exist because someone said, yeah, when they probably should have said, no, what the hell are you thinking about? That's what I love about this era, the willingness to fail. These films didn't disappear because they were boring. They disappeared because they were just too weird, too specific, and maybe too much of their moment. And that's exactly why they deserve to be remembered. Hey, keep those suggestions coming, because I think part 3, it just might be inevitable at this rate. Keep it weird, folks.
Shame of yourself. You're a pitiful specimen of manhood. And why don't you off the street and get a decent job?
I need the bread.
Then get a job at the bakery.